So this is a video about Udimi, and it's not Udemy, which is a different business. It's a similar name, Udimi. So anyone that has an online business or just started one or has been doing it for years, you might come on to a site like this to buy traffic. So you'll be renting one of these people's email lists, so the good ones that is, they'll know how to build an email list. They look after a list, so you'll buy clicks from them and they will send out an email with your link, probably to a page a bit like this. This is called an opt-in page. I think they won't let you buy traffic, or they wouldn't recommend it if you don't have one. So use this for example. So when they opt in, they'll redirect you to your page, and that gets added to your list, and you can follow up with email. But the thing is to find the best sellers who to buy from. So Udemy or Udimi, if you want to call them, they're quite good. There's good sellers, there's bad sellers, but to find the best one, we can go to filter, and we can actually choose the amount of visitors. So you could, if you want, I suppose, just go for 100. But to really test these guys, even buy from 2 or 3 different ones, obviously within your budget. But we would recommend to test it, really, to test them 300 visitors, and then the ratings, that's the amount of times that somebody thought they're quite good. So you wouldn't put 0, it'd be pointless doing that. You could just play about with and put 200 ratings, and that's the amount of people who order from these sellers that have got sales. So maybe we'll do 40% sales, the amount of people over how many number they've had. Say it was 1,000 people, well, 40% of those 1,000 have reported sales. And then what are you going to pay? You'll get better sellers if you're paying a lot more, but let's say you wanted to pay 70 cents a click. Repeat orders is quite important as well. That's the amount of people that have actually not just bought once, have bought like numerous times. So maybe do 20%, and you wouldn't. In fact, there is only 2 options: anytime or ones that are online just now. I don't think it's really that relevant, to be honest. And then they do a lot of different niches: crypto, social, mobile, or do the all niches. So maybe just stick to all. And the tier 1 countries are USA, Canada, UK, Australia. So you could just have top tier countries, or maybe just United States, or maybe your product's very specific. It might just be in India or something. But we'll put top tier countries, sort by sales, price, or ratings. We'll choose sales, and then we'll look at this one. So he's on 3 hours ago, so he may have had orders. The rating, I'm sure it's out of 5. It's 4.9. He's had over 3,000 orders. It's quite cheap, to be honest. 40 cents a click, and sales 56%. So just read a bit about him. Over 5,000 happy clients. Traffic guaranteed 90%. Plus, I'm not sure if that's sales or whatever, or if it's top tier, up to 10% over delivery. So he will give you 10% more than you actually ordered. His subscribers added, so he's also maybe using Google ads or whatever, and he's not going to run out of leads to give you, or contacts. Daily guaranteed customer satisfaction. So if you click on him, you can find out what you can do. So that would be $123 for 300 clicks, and you could have only top tier, which does put the price up. and then you can put your link in there, or you can add text, which I did right at some point, but they would generally do an email for you, but it's up to you what you would like to do. And then you can just read about him and his offer. Top 10 in August 23 for sales, so he's not really top 25, but he sold 7 solos recently, and then you find out about him. You can read about him there. And this is where the traffic. So the ratings, I think it's out of 5, so it's almost. There's not a lot of people that have reported him bad. But here's a recent. I did not get any sales as yet or sign-ups to my offer. Still in the process. I'm not sure. So he's on his email list, and he didn't write a comment. Great solo. That was in May. The only thing that puts me off, it's not recent comments. Most of them has been in May, so you might think, well, maybe not choose him, which you can make your own mind up who's good and who's bad, and then we can go on to the next one. Daniel Prizik, also 4.9 rating out of 444. Sales is really high, 76%, 49 cents a click. 75% plus buyers get sale. Top tier, and he's got a lot of leads. He adds them quite regular, and then we can click on him. Slightly more for 300. You don't need to do 300. You could just do the minimum. The links in our description, and then it's quite recently. It was the top for sales in 2024. These are their previous reviews, and then you can check him out, what he does, what he offers. So these are May, so they're not really recent either. But they did get sales, right enough. Quite a lot's reporting. So if I was buying, I'd be quite pleased with the sales. But then it was May's only last month, isn't it? Right enough. So it's not actually too long ago on some of them, so you could think about him as well. But then you could play around with it and then got sales 50%. Even bring that down to do 50. Doesn't actually come up with too many right enough, so maybe put the price to $1. And then we'll just do another one. Igor Varsic, so really high, 87%. We'll just stick with the 300 clicks. Got sales like the 13th of June, got sales 11th of June. Oops, scrolling too fast. So this is really just in the last week or so. Got sales. If I was probably buying, which I'm not today, which is doing this video, then I would probably go for him. So and then he's seen 2 hours ago, sales 87%. So that's the sum I've actually heard of. And you could go for him. And then there's solo deals. This is deals at a reduced price that people are offering. So this is how you kind of use Udimi. If you want to check it out, then check the link or description. But you've maybe not got an online business, where we've got something really special, a free boot camp, a free community, and a whole lot more. So come and join us on that as well, and we'd love to see you there. Bye bye for now.